Think about what he had to say about you when he said you're way better than Floyd Money Mayweather. I know you heard that he said that. What thoughts came to your mind when you heard that Canelo Alvarez said that about you?
Hey, you know, that's a big compliment. You know, he's been in the ring with both of us, so he would know, you know, from his own experience. You know, a lot of people, they can say this, they can say that, but there's only, you know, a few people that can say they've been in the ring with Terence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather and give their own.
And he says, I'm going to take him out about the 8th or 9th round. He says, I'm going to walk right into him and stay at his chest. He's going to have to push me off in order to throw his punches. He said he's going to be circling the ring. He said by around 4 or 5, he's not going to have any legs. He's going to be done. And he said, and I'll just toy with him and keep him around until around the 8th.
I'm just saying Floyd never fought nobody that was of his equal. He didn't fight a James Toney. He didn't go looking for a James Toney. He fought Shane Mosley at 38 years old, and it still was a good fight while he left. Shane almost took him out at 38. He fought Oscar De La Hoya at an old age, and we still ain't sure, if you go look at the fight, I still ain't sure who won that fight.
That was a close fight. Close fight.
But this is the old Oscar De La Hoya.
But it's not.
Wait.
Pound for pound, he's that dude. In this 4-belt era, he is now the undisputed world champion 3 times over. 140 pounds, 147, now 168 pounds.
No, not even top 10.
Maybe top 10 in my book, Kevin. Not top 5.
10.
He's maybe top 10, but not top 5. Floyd can fight, don't get it wrong. Floyd can fight. But here's what my problem is. Well, I understand, I know you're a Floyd fan, but here's my problem. Who did Floyd fight that was on his level when he fought? Only Canelo.
Mayweather top 5?
No, not in my book. No,
not even top 10.
Maybe top 10 in my book, Kevin. Not top 5.
You think to that?
Who, Terence?
Yeah.
Oh, of course. Of course he is.
Canelo saying that Crawford's a better fighter than Mayweather. Do you agree with that?
No, I don't. But I think Crawford
looks me in my face and he says, I'm going to take him out about the 8th or 9th. For the last half of his career with one hand.
You know, this title, legend versus legend. So, I mean, that speaks for us.
You can feel the temperature rise every time Stephen A. Smith raises his voice about boxing. When he waves the red flag, the entire sport leans in, because you know the conversation is about to get fiery. That's exactly what happened when he turned his attention toward Terence "Bud" Crawford and the looming comparisons with Floyd Mayweather. For Stephen A., walking into Floyd's shoulder roll is like trying to crack a code no one's ever solved. You can swing all night, but nothing lands, and by the time the final bell rings, you're more exhausted mentally than physically. Crawford, of course, isn't just another contender. He's the undisputed champion in 3 weight classes, 140, 147, and now 168. He's the man who dismantled Canelo Alvarez in historic fashion, raising his stock to sky-high levels. But Stephen A.'s warning is clear. Chasing Mayweather's legacy is a gamble where one bad night could flip triumph into tabloid headlines. That's the fragile balance of greatness in boxing. Then, Roy Jones Jr. lit the fire even hotter. He dropped a bomb that shook the entire hierarchy by saying Mayweather isn't top 5 all time. Maybe not even top 10. Top 5. No, not in my book. Maybe top 10 inch is my book. Floyd can fight, don't get it wrong. But who did Floyd fight that was on his level when he punched him? Only Canelo. That's it. For Roy, Floyd picked his dance partners carefully, while Crawford has bulldozed through elite opponents. The contrast couldn't be sharper. Safety, first perfection versus seek and destroy dominance. Roy didn't stop there. He pointed to Floyd's choices, Shane Mosley at 38, Oscar De La Hoya well past his prime, and argued those fights lacked the firepower of equal opposition. Compare that to Crawford, who has been cutting through pound-for-pound names in their primes, and you start to see why the debate feels different.
Erislandy Lara gave you the blueprint on how to beat him. People like Floyd Mayweather also gave you the blueprint on how to beat him. But Bud is more fierce, more fearsome, and more angrier, and more meaner than both of those guys. So you know if they showed you the blueprint, Bud gonna go out there, take that blueprint, and do even more with it.
Accurate. Crawford's more, he got that dog in him, and he believes in himself. Both of them got that mindset. So they're both great fighters. I don't like to say who's better.
Pick Mayweather, both in the prime. I would probably pick Mayweather to win, just like I would probably pick Pacquiao to win, both in the prime.
Ooh, to beat Crawford.
Yeah, I think so.
Prime for prime? Nice.
Yeah. But is Crawford one of the greatest of all time? It's the 100% division champion, but never became undisputed. Never really followed that unification, stuff like that. So I think when it comes to accomplishments, I think he's already
sport. He was so good at like staying in the pocket. So he was an elusive guy. Yeah.
Or
insane.
there's he slipping.
Pattern
right?
recognition. He's one of the most elusive fighters of all time. He stood right in front of you and you couldn't fucking hit him. That's true mastery of space and caught him on the side of the head. And the referee claimed that it was behind the head. So Floyd fired the referee in the middle.
Robert Garcia joined the chorus, reminding fans that Floyd never went undisputed. Crawford, on the other hand, has unified divisions multiple times. Mayweather never became undisputed. He's a 5-division champion, but never became undisputed. When it comes to accomplishments, I think Crawford's already done more. To Garcia, it's not just about skill. It's about resume, about tangible history carved in bold ink. But the discussion never stays one-sided. Joe Rogan pushed back hard, calling Mayweather the greatest boxer to ever live. He praised Floyd's mastery of space, pattern recognition, and elusiveness, noting how he could stand right in front of opponents and still make them miss. Rogan even recalled stories of Floyd firing referees mid-fight or running miles at 2 a.m. after leaving the club, living the discipline 24/7. That, he argued, is why Mayweather was untouchable. And yet, Crawford is the kind of fighter who doesn't flinch at that kind of legend. Bud is the one who would hear about Floyd's late-night runs and respond with, "Fine, now let me test that shoulder roll with Southpaw Dynamite." That's why this matchup feels so tantalizing.
Drinking water, everybody's partying, having a good time. Floyd would leave the nightclub at 2 a.m., have his bodyguards drive the car, and he would run in front of the car for hours. Run home, 2 o'clock in the morning. Run 5-6 miles. And did it all the time. Just always did. He was always fit.
Is by like centimeters. And they may think that like his depth perception and the depth perception of successful fighters must just be exquisite. Because, I mean, like slipping at that distance with just a chin movement.
That's one thing, but it's also pattern recognition. You've been doing it so many.
That one time. And Crawford, yeah, he's more of a fighter, boxer. Mayweather's more of a boxer. Or that I stepped in the ring with Mayweather, but I really feel that technically, I think Mayweather is much more superior than Crawford. Not just because he beat me and it was a close fight, whatever, you know. I have to disagree because Floyd Mayweather toyed with Canelo. Like he lived.
What, 23, 25?
Yeah, he was. Very, very young in the game.
Very
obviously.
Young, yeah, very young. He had more fights than Floyd, and he lost.
Yeah, but
a man that was 30-something years old, 36.
But Floyd was clearly at the top of his career, and Canelo had fought a lot of people.
But his career. How you at the top of your career in your prime? You in your prime? You ain't in your prime.
Did he lose?
20s.
I mean,
your prime is in your 20s.
It's different for different people.
Yeah, okay. Well, so, and that's why Canelo was saying what he's saying.
But I mean, want to
make himself look like he did.
Floyd's defense is like smoke you can't hit, but Crawford's offense is smoke that hits back, hard enough to rewrite the story. Oscar De La Hoya sided with Floyd, saying, "Mayweather's more of a boxer. Technically, Mayweather's a better fighter. But you know Crawford isn't the type to be dismissed as just another challenger. He's a problem solver who adjusts multiple times in a single round, the kind of fighter who can flip a chess match into a street fight in seconds." Even Jeff Mayweather, defending family pride, admitted the contexts matter. Floyd schooled a young Canelo. Crawford dismantled the seasoned prime version. Those are two very different fights, and both prove their own kind of greatness. In the end, this debate isn't about who was slicker. It's about perfection versus demolition, legacy versus resume, defense versus destruction. And if you're honest with yourself, you know it's the kind of matchup that would break the internet and echo through boxing history. So, who you got, Mayweather's flawless shoulder roll or Crawford's relentless adaptability?